There's been some talk that the Miami Heat will run it back once again on a team that has made the play-in the past 3 years. But when I say run it back kind of with who they currently have, not the exact same team every 3 years. There's other people who are calling for a major shift in the team. You want to talk about major shifts in the team? Some people are saying, got to trade one of the most important players on the team. And then we're not talking about Tyler Hero. We're saying some people have suggested that Bam Adebayo be offered up in some type of a trade deal for the Miami Heat. The captain of the team, a man who has anchored this team, a man who has been to 2 Olympics, won 2 gold medals, has been one of the defensive stalwarts in the league, man that has been to the All-Star game several times. There is now talk that he be traded and not Tyler Hero. Got to start wondering. Now, let's try to make some sense of it all. The 14th overall pick in 2017. He's been on the Heat through its ups and downs. Sun Sentinel's Ira Winderman writes, the Heat should try to trade Bam Adebayo. Why? Giving you the situation. This is the final season before Bam Adebayo's massive contract extension kicks in. The Heat will owe him $51 million for the 2026-2027 season. Adebayo will be 29 before that $51 million season begins. His timeline may start to clash with the rest of the Heat's roster. As we've seen, they've kind of gotten younger recently. Things could change if Bam leads Miami to the top of the East in a surprising fashion in 2025-2026, but it's not trending that way. Winderman makes a strong case. Whoo, man. What would the Heat be doing if they trade off Bam Adebayo? Of course, it all depends on what they get. I'm here to tell you they're not trading Bam Adebayo.
Oh, you Pat Riley?
I'm not Pat Riley.
Okay.
I also said that we weren't going to trade Jimmy Butler. That happened. Mm-hmm. I mean, it does make sense. 29 years old, $51 million. This is my other argument about it. Some people in Heat Nation, I'm not saying pundits, I'm not saying experts, are saying, yeah, we don't need Bam as much anymore because we got Kel'el Ware. Let's pump the brakes on Kel'el Ware just a little bit. Now, I know I get heat for this. Pardon the pun. Kel'el Ware is entering his second season. His rookie year, he played half the season because Eric Spoelstra didn't want to play him that much for whatever reason. He was a second team all rookie, meaning that the league didn't deem him one of the top 5 rookies in the league, not top 5 players in the league, rookies. Whenever I say, like, maybe we should explore trading Kel'el Ware or putting him in part of the deal, why would you ever say something that crazy? And I say,
why would you say something that crazy?
Why would I say, once again, he is going into his second year.
Okay.
Second team rookie. If you can get something back, good for him. But to say, you could say, Bam Adebayo, we can trade him because we have Kel'el Ware now. Let's stop that. Everybody tell me, oh, you'll see Kel'el Ware will be an all-star one day. I'm not so sure that he's going to be an all-star one day.
Why don't you think he'll be an all-star one day?
I haven't seen enough from him in a half a season.
Got you.
And you're saying the sky's the limit. And once again, I know it's the first game of preseason. It's the first game of summer league. He still went 5 for 14 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3, 14 points.
Okay.
To say that, oh, that's the guy that we're going to build around. And also he plays off of Bam Adebayo. And the whole reason we got Kel'el Ware was once again to move Bam from the 5 to the 4. So at his 6'9" frame, he could get a little more freedom on the outside and do some scoring. Now, I know Pat Riley said everybody's on the table. I hear that. But I just don't see.
Everybody's on the table, baby.
I just don't see them trading off Bam Adebayo unless they would get.
You got to understand. Well, then you're not trading. It's not like you're trading Bam Adebayo for Hassan Whiteside here or something of that nature, or Nick Richards or Joseph Nurkic.
I mean, the Lakers come and say Luka Doncic for Bam Adebayo.
That's not happening. But I'm
well,
just
you would have said Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic wasn't going to happen either.
Put it this way, I never knew that was possible. I would have done it if I was the Lakers. I would have done that trade in every time.
Yeah, every which way.
But if there is a deal that is offered that the Miami Heat officials seem that is or deem that is a good trade for on their side, anybody's possible.
Right.
He did say everybody
is on the table.
Everybody's on the table. He did say that. So if there's a possible move to be made where Bam has to be involved, he's on there.
So RVA Richie is jumping in on the YouTube and Twitch. Dan, he's putting in work. When is he allowed to grow? Yeah, Jaime Jaquez Jr. last year.
Oh.
Kel'el Ware. Yes, he is.
But let me ask you this, right?
Last year, Jaime Jaquez Jr. was about to be the world beater of the world.
But then let me ask you this. If you guys are going to say that you want to put in work, that means...
Who's not putting in work?
No, but that also means to me, if you're ready to go in this youth movement, you're not ready to compete for a championship yet. So is the fan base going to be cool with that? Is the fan base going to allow this to happen? Because you guys are so used over the last 15 years of always competing or trying to compete for a championship that if you allow this youth movement to happen, it's going to be a couple of years of you not making the playoffs, or you still being in the same situation where you're a play-in or first round, second round knockout.
If you're willing to make Kel'el Ware your best player in the near future, you are definitely doing that, Vlad. You are long-terming this thing and not short-terming this thing. Should I bring up Kel'el Ware's numbers? Is that something I should bring up? Because from last year, once again, half a season, for whatever reason, Spo didn't play him. And we trust in Spo, right? Except when it comes to Kel'el Ware. He averaged 9.3 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, and not even an assist. Damn. This is the guy that's untradeable, no matter what. That even now that we have Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, we could think about trading him if we get the right offer. Once again, Kel'el's catching a little bit of shrapnel. I'm sorry about that, Kel'el. I think you're a great player. I think the jury's still out a little bit on you. Rightfully so. Anybody, like if we would have said Jaime Jaquez Jr. after his rookie year would have said, oh, he's going to be an all-pro one day. Now you'd probably pump the brakes a little bit. So let's learn from the near past with Jaime Jaquez Jr. Half a rookie season does not make a career. This team's only chance to be relevant and win playoff games, much less championships, is with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. And they may need a little bit more. Wait. May need a little bit. They do need a little bit more.
What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry about that. With saying may need a little bit more, that's wrong. Do need a little bit more. And I know Kel'el Ware's putting in the work. He's got more experience. I hope he is that answer. He is that third wheel, that third cog to the big three that you need to make a big push. But I don't know. And we said this before, like, what is Kel'el Ware's ceiling? Some people tell me they've guaranteed me he's going to be an all-star. Okay. Other people have said his ceiling is Miles Turner, which is good. That's really good.
Son, you making $27 million a year. If you
made a run to the finals.
Made it to the finals.
Darn near won the whole thing.
All right.
That's good. That's his ceiling, though. Has Miles Turner made an all-star game?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either. So we'll see. But the only way Bam gets traded is if it's for a blockbuster deal. And I know he's owed $51 million after this season, and no one's getting younger. He's going to be 29. Still, this is a center. This is a guy that you drafted. This is a Heat culture guy. I'm a center. This is your captain. It's your captain.
That'd be a big move for you to trade your captain.
And then your captain would become
Davion Mitchell.
Oh, okay. A guy who's been here for half a season. Yeah, Davion Mitchell. Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Davion Mitchell will be your captain.
Run things. But yeah, a lot of people in Heat Nation are going crazy. Like, Tyler Hero's untouchable, but Bam Adebayo should be traded. I don't know. I think anything that's really good, if you get like everybody has a price, Vlad. Look, Luka Doncic had a price, who we thought was untouchable. You got the right for the right price.
Wait, who's untouchable on the Heat?
Nobody.
There's nobody
for the right price. Anybody is touchable.
For the right price?
Giannis Antetokounmpo is touchable for the right price. And I mean, that sounds weird, but is tradable for the right price.
Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.
Ted DiBiase said that.
But I know. Whatever happened to what was her name? Ruby?
Oh, you talking about Sapphire. American Dream.
So Sapphire was Dusty Rhodes' manager, and then she became Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, well, yeah, she took the money.
Took money.
Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price. But right now, I don't see there being any type of crazy trade for Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero. Am I crazy? 305-567-056. You can jump in the YouTube
You're
or
not
Twitch.
crazy, fam. It's just you know what I think? When you're so successful, you expect success all the time. That when it doesn't happen, or when nobody's helping you or aiding you, or even just doing anything for you to succeed, it's like a smack in the face. It's really hard for Heat fans in the Miami Heat organization to look at themselves over the last 3 to 4 years and think, why are they in the situation they are? Especially after that 2020 NBA Finals run, and then you make the finals in what, 23?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2 finals in 6 seasons, 5 seasons, and then you see in your team right now, and you're like, wow, we're not in the same level, or we're not ascending. We're actually spiraling down.
Well, Platinum Swords, he jumps into YouTube and the Twitch, says, I think the team they got now can do some damage.
What, in the NBA Cup?
I was going to say, no. What is the definition of that? That's what you got to understand. What's the definition of damage? Is this a team that can make a run? And once again, it would be a fairy tale run like the Pacers?
No, Pacers. And here's the thing. I'm not going to call the Pacers a fairy tale run, because they made it to back-to-back Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. So it's not like maybe that first season, 24, was a fairy tale run. But if you made it in 25, even if people may not like the way you achieved or got there, it's not a fluke. The Pacers have shown that they are one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and probably would have remained so if Halliburton doesn't get hurt. But with all successful teams, unless you're Bill Zito, all successful teams, people start taking players from your team, contracts, age, everything happens. Everything starts creeping in. Riley always says that the worst thing that happens to a championship team is that the players start thinking they're bigger than they are. Success is probably the biggest weakness in repeating and everything like that, because everybody's got a big head. Everybody thinks they know better because they've already experienced it, and that's the gift and the curse. But with this Miami Heat team right now, you got what's your prime? What's Tyler? Tyler's not even 26, right? He's not even 26 yet. Bam's still like 27, 28. He's
gonna be 29 in his next birthday.
Bam?
Yes, we just said.
So Bam still got 5 more years. But
Tyler was 25.
Right. But here's the thing. What we wanted from Bam over the last 3-4 seasons, we just got to accept this is who he is.
Yes.
Every time we always want him to go to 22, 23, 25.
We wanted to be a sharpshooter from
right.
three.
We want him to take threes. We want him to be a stretch four. No, Bam is who he is.
Yeah.
You got to accept him for that.
That's it.
That is it.
And I'll say this, with the younger core that we have, you're going to need guys like Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero, although they are still young, a little more experienced and a little more wiser and older. So
now Tyler's the one who probably, because of his offensive game, is able to meet, I think, to take another step.
Yeah.
He was an all-star.
Step last year.
He was an all-star last year. Now, can he do it again? Can you be a consistent all-star? Because if you show consistency, then now people are going to be like, you know what? They got some things in Miami. Like, you see that Tyler Hero, he's shown the improvement. He's a consistent all-star. So if I'm a player, a free agent, I'm like, at least I know I have an all-star, 2 all-stars on that team.
Yeah. And then you can build around that. And Andrew Wiggins, we'll see. Maybe he's on the team. That's a guy that could see more realistically being traded. Once again, we would love that. Rui Hachimura.
Andrew Wiggins is
Dalton
Jim Jackson.
and first round pick.
He's the new Jim Jackson.
Yeah. Good enough, but not good enough.
There you go.
Bring your suitcases to every game. Never know.
Always. Don't even buy houses.
Don't turn your phone off.
Airbnb.
Never leave your phone. It could ring at any moment.
That's what's happened to him.
Yeah.
If you look at his career.
It's true. So I'd say Andrew Wiggins more likely a trade than Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero.
It's going to be hard to trade Bam unless you
get a $51 million contract that's going to kick in after this season.
Bam for Giannis.
Right, but that's a $51 million contract that someone would possibly have to take on too. Remember that as a 29-year-old.
Yeah, but everybody's making money.
I know, I
Listen, guys,
understand, but I'm
dude,
saying
Devin Booker's up for a 2-year, $150 million extension. Guys are making money now. Shea just signed a
Big
4-year,
boy.
$280 million contract. We're going to have a $100 million a year
Yeah, that's no
athlete in
problem.
the next 5 years.
Problem. We'll see, though. For me, the jury is still out on Khalil Ware. Let's not trade Bam because we've got Khalil Ware now.